Hi, welcome to Archiversity online classes. In the security analysis, there are two major arguments with related to predicting the returns or price of a stock. One argument is that the stock prices or returns are random and it is very difficult to predict. On the other hand, the technicians believe that the stock returns or stock price has a pattern, and by capturing the patterns one can easily predict the stock prices or stock returns. In this lecture I am going to explain you an important calculation in a stock analysis which we call as serial correlation or autocorrelation. In a serial correlation or autocorrelation, what we do is we find out a correlation between the stock's return and its lagged values. In the sense, what we do is we take a return series, then we create a lags for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. In the sense, with a 1 day lag, with a 2 day lag, with a 3 day lag and a 4 day lag. Once we create a lags of a given return series, then we'll perform a cross order correlation to see that whether the return series are correlated or not. If the return series correlate significantly, then we can say that there is a pattern in the return series of a stock. If correlation is weak and insignificant, then we say that the return series is random. Now I'll show you how to calculate cross order correlation using Excel data analysis tool pack, and then I'll interpret the results. Here I have a daily return series calculated in a percentage times, that is in an equation we used times 100, and the series starts from row 2 to it continues till row 127, that means 126 observations. Using this return series, I'll calculate for a lag 1, lag 2 and lag 4. When we say lag 1, the next day, so here for the second observation, the next day starts with the third time period. So we'll select this, copy, then I'll paste this in column B, that is a 1 lag. So if you observe, the second observation now has become a first observation. And for a 2 lag, I'll take the third observation, copy and then paste. So this is a day 1 and this is a day 3. Now we'll take a third lag. So select the fourth observation, then copy and paste here. Then a fourth lag is fifth observation, copy, and so now what is it we are doing is with the 1 lag, 2 lag, 3 lag and 4 lag from a return series. Next, what is that you need to do is you have to see that all the 4 have a say uniform number of observations. So here in return and lag 1, lag 2, lag 3, we have a excess number of observations. You need to remove these observations, because to calculate the correlation you need to have uniform number of observations for all the time periods. Now you have a return series and then a lag 1, lag 2, lag 3 and lag 4. The idea here is the return series of day 1, how is that it is going to correlate with next day's return series, that is a lag 1. That means today's return has any impact on tomorrow's return. So that is a lag 1. And when we say that lag 2, that means today's return has any impact on the return series after 2 days, that is on a second day. And when we say lag 3, that is correlation between today and third, that is whether today's return has any impact on the third day. And when we say the fourth lag, that means today's return has any impact on the fourth day. Now as we have a returns and lags, now we calculate the cross order correlation. To get your cross order correlation, click on the data, then data analysis. Here pick the correlation. So once you select the correlation, click OK. Then it prompts you to give the input range. Click on up arrow Then select your input range. See that all the observations are selected. Then click on a down arrow. Then your data is grouped by columns. Then check labels in the first row because you have a labels here. Check this one. Then give a output range. Click on a output range. Then click up arrow. Now we'll say that we'll select the cell H2. Then click down arrow. Click OK. Now here you have a cross order correlation. We'll format this one. And now ignore these values. Pay attention towards this. Now as a return series, in case of a return to return, that is here it is a 1 because this first calculates the correlation between return series upon return series itself. So that is the reason why you get a correlation of 1. Now second is return, that is a 0 time period with a 1 lag. That is what is the impact of today's price on tomorrow's price. It shows a negative correlation, but here the correlation is very weak, that is a 0.12. So we cannot confidently say that today's return has any significant impact on tomorrow's return series. And similarly, if you look at the lag 2, lag 3 and lag 4 also, the correlations are very weak. That means depending on the return of a day 1, that is a present day, we will not be able to predict the returns of a coming days because the correlation is very low. That is one. And second is that this clearly indicates that there is no visible pattern in the return series of this stock. There is a no serial correlation or there is a no auto correlation in case of this stock. This result is in support of random walk theory or randomness in a stock prices. That means it is very difficult to identify the pattern in a stock returns. This is one of the basic ways of understanding the autocorrelation function, but you have a more sophisticated tools to analyze the stocks based on the lagged returns. You can go for partial autocorrelation function and financial modeling. There are many sophisticated tools that will help you. But once if your autocorrelation is weak, then any sophisticated model that you examine will give you the same result. That means for this particular stock for a given time period, there is no visible pattern. The results are in support of a random walk theory. Thank you.